That should beat her
Alright.
perception. Passive perception words.
Did you just roll for your passive perception?
No.
What was your score? And it's against their passive if they're not actively looking for you. If they're actively looking for you, they roll.
Yeah, I'm well aware. I got 5 plus 8, 13.
Okay. As you lean in back against the tree to gain a little bit of a rest, you see the window peep open slightly from inside the house in the second window. And after a moment, the window closes again. And then probably 5 seconds pass, and the window opens, and you watch as a black bird begins flying westward out the window.
Are you sitting farther away from your mic or something? You're a little bit quieter than normal.
I was getting some issues with bounce back when I had the gain up. Is this better?
Yeah.
Here, hold on 1 second. Is this any better?
Yeah.
Okay. Did you hear everything still, or?
Yeah.
Okay. So what are you doing?
I'm not doing anything. That's where I'm staying for the night, just observing.
Okay. So it's about probably 4 a.m. now. As time progresses, and the only other things transpiring through the night that you pick up on is um, you hear faint footsteps coming from a few tiers down on this layered terraces or whatever they're called.
Yeah. I
Coming
kind of
from the northeast, heading southwest.
Can I peek my head up and over and look down, see if I can see anyone?
Yeah, go for it. As you peek up over, you see a hooded figure walking. At this point, a very light sprinkle, um, but the hood covering the face, walking southwest.
Does the Does it look like a more masculine walk or a more feminine walk?
Roll an insight.
Yeet! 20. Got it. 27.
Definitely more of a masculine walk, broad shoulders, taller build.
Okay. Alright, well, I'm gonna settle back down.
Okay. And then the figure continues, and around 4:30, you see the figure returning with another wider figure coming back the way they came, walking along the same path, um, both with their hoods up from the rain.
Which directions are they coming from?
They're coming down this way.
To
1 second. I think my game crashed or it's loading or something.
Okay.
So they're walking like that.
So the first figure I saw earlier was walking like away from town, and now they're like coming back. He's coming back with like someone else with him.
Correct.
Okay. Got it.
All right, and if that's everything, the sun rises in the morning about 3 hours later from that, maybe 2.5 hours later from that. Um, about 6:45, 7 a.m., April the 17th, the day of the Milligan trial. Um, the rest of the party sleeping over at the Sleepy Merchant. Everyone kind of wakes up enjoying the benefits of a long rest and starts their day. What's the party doing?
I'll do a little bit of exercise and head down to go get some breakfast.
Okay, you heading over to the inn or to the tavern, sorry, or to the tavern. This isn't like a bed and breakfast. This area is just specifically inn.
Right, and also that's what I told them when I went in. So, yes, tavern. It's real close, so that's cool.
Yeah, so brief walk out. On your way out, the owner of the Sleepy Merchant, Mr. Krevnar, reaches out and says, hope you enjoyed your stay. Shall I save the room for you tonight?"
I did. There's no need for that. Thank you, though.
Very well. Have a lovely morning. And he walks
You
back
too.
to his desk. And as you get down into the tavern, it's open, but when you walk in, the fire is burned down to the ashes. Slight warmth coming off of it. Smell of faint smoke hangs in the air, and William is currently not behind the counter.
Okay. I will set up a little bit of wood as if it's going to start a fire, but not actually light it. And just kind of chill here for now.
Okay, as you put the wood on the ashes, underneath the ash, you can see a little bit of ember remaining. You get the feeling that if you were to breathe a little bit on it, it would coax it to fire or to flame. But as it sits right now, it wouldn't without the encouragement.
Perfect.
All right, so you go ahead and sit down. Calamacy, what are you doing?
I would probably get up and kind of stretch. Head outside, but I'm not hungry yet, so I don't know. I guess I would just want to take a walk around the town and maybe outside a little bit. Just looking around.
Okay, anything specific you're looking for?
No, just enjoying the morning.
Okay, it's no longer sprinkling. The sun is coming up. There's this nice sheen against
Actually,
the
I'm looking
grass.
for caterpillars.
Okay, make a perception roll for me, please.
21.
So as you're walking around town, taking a little bit of a stroll out towards this bridge area where the Dale Reckoning statues lie, just north of the bathhouse, on some of the trees there overhanging on the bridge or the walkway, you find two plump green caterpillars.
Okay, I will grab
Hey,
both of them.
are those for what I think they're for?
Yes.
Well, good morning to you too, Sunshine. Thank you. He's gonna reach down and snatch one out of your hand. Like kind of deep throating it, like choking on it as it goes down. Oh, that's the stuff. I was gonna go ahead and take the other one too. Across town, you guys hear what sounds like a loud, and then like silence and people kind of moving sound. You hear something wooden dropping on stone.
What would Emus have heard?
You would have heard it too. It was like an explosion, like a yeah, it sounded like an explosion.
From which direction?
Coming from like the marketplace area, town square.
Okay, Emus is gonna get up and start
So where
running.
I am currently?
Yeah. So as you get to the marketplace,
I'll head over.
you guys see a bit of smoke billowing out of Tammy's newly bought shop. And the owner, or previous owner, the seller of the property over there talking to them, you can see Nico and Tammy have a thick amount of soot covering their faces, their hair kind of blown backwards in this comical upward style. Some glass broken behind them in the shop, and them trying to like calm down the shop owner, like, no, 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 it's fine, everything's fine, it's okay, it was just a mistake. Seeing you guys approach, Tammy looks kind of like disgruntled at the situation, gives you a half-hearted smile, her teeth white against the sooted face. Just tried some ingredients in a handbook I found. Sorry.
No problem. Good morning.
Good morning. Buddy stayed with me last night. She kind of like moves over a little bit while Nico's half-heartedly trying to like calm the merchant owner down, Mr. Cauldry. And she kind of pulls you guys aside. He's rough, guys. He was very quiet last night. It was kind of uncomfortable.
Yeah,
Is there
he's
anything-
having a tough time right now.
Is there anything I can do? Anything you recommend?
Hmm. Not really.
She looks down, kind of like not happy with that answer. Okay.
So, all of us are kind of powerless about this problem. It'd be really nice. I kind of gestured to her to come closer. It'd be really nice if we could find a new body for him.
Oh, okay. How are we gonna do that?
Right. Scratch the back of my head this time. I really don't know. We just gotta keep our eyes peeled, I guess.
We need to find Mistra followers specifically. Somebody who's very dedicated to Mistra.
Oh, that's a shame, she says, looking down. I was just about to recommend Robert. He's a despicable person.
Yeah, he is.
Kind of on John's side, I think he should hang.
Yeah, I guess I am also.
Tammy kind of looks at you and looks a little surprised. What's the change of heart?
He seems pretty set in his ways. I like the boys. I certainly want them to live. But
What about the wife?
Robert broke the law. She was planning to help them. I'm on the fence for her.
I wonder if she's shown up yet at the cells or anything.
As of this
Yeah.
time, you guys hear, Emus, you'd be walking up. Do you have anything to say?
No, in fact, I would have stopped where Emus currently is.
Okay. From your angle, you can just see a couple commoners, ones you haven't really interacted much with, kind of gaggled over here, talking to the town. The general vibe in the morning is a little bit nice, nicer than it has been in the past. The commoners are glancing over, looking at Boogie and talking amongst themselves. It doesn't seem to be mean-spirited conversation though.
Emus is gonna turn around and head back into the jail cell, or head back into the prison,
Okay.
and just to check on, make sure everyone's here. Is John?
Everyone's gone. No. John is not here. This is not real. John is not here. But the Milligan boys and the father are all still in the jail.
I'm gonna go ahead and pull out 3 of my rations and pass them to the bars. Without saying a word, and I'm just gonna turn around and leave. I'm gonna leave to go outside, but I'm going to hang right
Mr.
outside.
Remus, you hear Eric call out, the youngest boy.
Turn around. Yeah. What is it?
Thank you for the food. Will you stand witness today in trial?
There's a good chance of that, son. I will.
You're not going to hang my dad, are you? You can see tears kind of building up in his eyes. Don't hang me, Dad, please.
The lesson one must learn in life, and that is, unfortunately, we must all suffer the consequences of our own actions. It's not going to be up to me what happens to him.
And as he goes to answer, his mouth opens, but all that comes out is like some choked off air, like he's got a lump in his throat and can't get it out. And he looks down, turns away with the food, and sits down.
How is Robert looking?
He looks sad, like he's sad that his boy's in the state that he's in. He looks a little bit guilty that he's causing his son to feel this way.
Okay, well, I'm just going to turn around and leave, and I'm gonna stand right here at the doorway, right out of ice trot. They can't see me. Yep, I'm just gonna hang out here.
And you hear, as the rations are open, the scraping of utensils against the containers and some silence. And then you hear Robert clear his throat, and the 2 younger boys kind of break down in tears and start crying.
Well, since no one else is here, my intention is to stand watch.
Okay. It is at this time the merchant, Mr. Caldry, turns away from a kind of defeated look at Nico. Hey, good morning, good morning. I'm the fellow who introduced your young lady friend here to this property. I was wondering if you would be interested in looking at some estate sales we have going on. Rivendale is up and coming. Thanks to you, properties markets are up. I suspect tremendous growth.
I'm smiling pretty strong, but I don't say anything yet.
He turns and looks at Calamity.
You see how my bank account is set up? I don't have one.
We take payments, we take settlements. I mean, you're an esteemed adventurer. Of course, we would trust your bank and any financial situation you have set up. I'm sure it'll be quite fine. At least allow me to show you the estate for sale.
Sure.
It's nothing like Marble's estate, I promise you that.
Marble's estate?
Yes, Marble. She lived in a shack. It's incredibly downtrodden.
Oh, okay.
Marble. The dwarf, and he points off to the direction of the dwarf you guys interacted with.
The guy that sold us salt.
Yes, sounds right. Blind fella.
Blind fella.
Hard of seeing.
Interesting. Like can't see at all, or he can just see kind of. I guess that doesn't matter.
No, you can see kind of, but he definitely cannot see the prices I'm offering in town. He refuses to move out of that troublesome shack of his.
Maybe it holds special memories.
Gives you a weird look. Would you allow me to at least show you the estate?
Well, I suppose we'll be back before the Milligan trial.
It's about a 10-minute walk away.
onward and upward.
Mr. What was your name again, sir?
Boogie.
Boogie. What a delightful accent that you have there. It must come from some sort of... He looks you up and down, trying to think of a word. Cultural background, maybe. Would you be interested in traveling and checking out the estate with us?
No, I think I'll pass. I trust Calamity's judgment.
Delightful. We'll be going then. Come on, dear. And he's going to walk past Emus on his way to the estate. Good morning, good sir. Will you afford this final adventure in group 2? What is his name? Do you mind telling me, lady?
Miss.
Mr. Emus, good morning. Good morning. How are you doing, sir?
Kind of amusedly chuckle at him. I'm fine, sir. And yourself?
What fantastic, in fact. We're on our way to go look at the new estate. You guys are a fantastic traveling group. You saved Rivendale, as I'm told, and you need someone to settle down and set up roots in this world.
He missed the roots.
I kind of smile. My roots belong in the forest, good sir, not in some tiny town. Your city living isn't for me.
No, there's plenty of room to grow trees. Would you mind taking a look at it?
No, that's fine. Thank you, though.
Wow, tough crowd. Okay, well, solo lady trip, I suppose. We'll go on a date. Do you enjoy a good glass of wine?
No.
Okay, how do you prefer to be addressed, my lady?
Calamity is fine.
Lady Clammercy it is. And from what noble house do you hail, with your fancy attire and well-dressed accord?
Can't spill all my secrets on the first date.
He just starts walking, kind of abashed now. And he's going to walk you down to here.
Oh, sorry, I gotta scroll out. Where is here exactly? I don't see shit.
I've moved your
She
token.
no snitch. She don't see shit.
So, we have it marked off here. The entire perimeter of the stakes we have set up, everything within is for sale as part of the estate.
Like upper half or bottom half over this way? I don't know how to. This one.
Yes. That way indeed.
Okay.
Comes with 2 storage barns, a very nice established storage basement, 2 tiers, a lovely hearth. You've got a woodworking shop comes with it, a exterior storage barn, fishing access to the river, multiple plots to grow food. And that could be yours, your entire groups, for the simple price of 6,000 gold.
What are the taxes?
He looks at you and looks back over his shoulder. We haven't been paying taxes.
Well, I figure it's going to happen eventually. I think Shadowdale will keep it forever as that way. Once you guys are becoming your own sovereign state, is that a thing?
He looks off and starts rubbing his chin. This was an entirely bad idea. No. Of course not. With the goblins gone, I'm sure Shadowdale will come back. If it's anything like it was in the past, you're looking at maybe, 30, 40 gold a year. All right, well, while you check out this property with this gentleman, I'll open all the doors here for you so I can give you a little estate tour. And we'll move back to the other party. Boogie, Emus. Boogie, what are you doing?
Hmm. Uh. At first, I'm kind of like waiting around. Like, what the heck do I do? And I see, like, maybe there's not really anything to do here. I guess I could walk over to the prison.
Okay, give me 1 second, guys. I got a little bit of sinus drainage and it's driving me nuts. So you walk over and hear kind of the faint whimpers and cries of the Milligan boys as you approach Emus leaning on the stone outside the wall, outside the prison.
Watching Boogie approach, I'm just gonna give him a curt nod.
I just kind of wave and sit down nearby.
Emus! Boogie! Tammy comes running over.
Oh, good morning, Tammy.
Hey, so we
I
actually...
didn't know the whole town set an alarm clock for this morning.
No, kind of got, between John and then she covers her mouth. Never mind. Nothing. I didn't say nothing. You didn't hear nothing. What was I talking about
Between John
before
what?
we started talking about nothing? Oh. Yeah. She's like looking like frantically back at like a terrible liar. So we found a recipe book last night, and Nico and I were kind of making some potions. And I think she shrugs that maybe some of them might have turned out okay.
Tammy, do you happen to know why John isn't here watching over the Milligans?
Nope.
I'm kind of give her a surprised look. You do realize we're all on the same team here, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you wouldn't hide anything from me unless it was absolutely necessary, right?
Absolutely necessary. Mm-hmm.
What makes this secret so necessary on keeping?
What secret,
Emus.
Mr. Emus?
I'm just gonna kind of sigh
Her
exasperately.
face
All
gets
right.
really red. Okay. Don't twist my pigtails about it. John's planning a surprise party.
Oh, nice.
On a day like today, that seems kind of improper.
I think John is a little bit happy about what's going on, but it's kind of separate. It's not celebrating the trial.
Alrighty then.
But act surprised, okay? If he finds out I told you.
I'm gonna give it like a flourish. I'm very good at acting.
Not me. I wish you hadn't coaxed that secret out of her.
Well, what about the potions?
Yes, the one
Yeah,
that
that
you
sounds
managed to
pretty
create.
interesting.
You guys want to pick them up, or should I bring them to you later? Or you seem kind of busy
I'll
with
check
this
them out.
whole. She hears the. She goes, "Oh my god, what's going on in there?"
Well, since no one else is here, I'm keeping watch for the moment. So, if you want
Why are
to
they?
go off with,
What did you do? Why are they crying?
you do realize what's about to happen today, Tammy, right?
Um.
There's
Yeah.
a very good possibility that the two young boys in there might lose a father today.
Yeah. Well, at least maybe they won't have to have anyone hold them down, so they have to see it. She's gonna slowly start walking back.
Oof.
Wow, she really doesn't like Blizzard.
Okay, so we got a little bit confused. Didn't really speak all the languages perfectly. So most of them didn't explode, and we didn't have any negative effects. I think with about 80% accuracy that I got most of these right. And she pulls out a box, and there are 6 potions inside this little box. 2 by 2 by 2.
They all different colors.
They are all different colors, sir.
Ew.
My cabbages.
Okay. Sounds pretty nice.
Yeah,
Do you know what any of these do?
Are you hanging out at the prison or are you at the shop?
Oh no, I'm hanging out at the prison. I'm sorry.
Nico looks over. We did the best we could.
Okay. I'm sure it's better than whatever I could do. What do you got?
And he kind of half-heartedly just like lifts his hand up and towards the box that the gnome's already holding up for you. He's kind of just like emotionally disconnected.
Are they labeled?
No, they're not labeled.
Kind of side-eye him. Potions! That's good.
He half-heartedly nods but doesn't say anything.
I'm smiling like, are these guys playing a prank on me right now?
Tammy's sitting there. The bottles start clinging together as her muscles start quivering, like holding up the bottles. You gotta take them.
Oh, okay. I'd pretty quickly take them. So am I supposed to try these out?
Yeah.
Okay. I'll go for it.
Wait, right now?
Yeah, why not?
Oh, okay.
Am I gonna turn into a newt?
I don't really speak, some of the.
Oh, maybe I should wait till later.
No, you do you. No, you do you, man. You do you. Try one.
Okay, here we go.
Closes her eye and winces.
Okay, is there one that's like bright pink? If not, maybe yellow.
So, give me 1 second. Okay. I'm not gonna tell you the colors. I just need to know if you're gonna drink one or not.
Yes.
Okay. Then roll a d100.
Okay. $78.
7, 8.
Yes. Oh, so but before once I take it out of the container, I guess maybe they don't really matter what they look like.
So this one is kind of like a. This one looks like a swirling like charcoal color.
Oh, that's kind of neat. Okay, I'll take a couple steps back and sit down with it and start drinking some.
And as you finish the contents of the bottle, your body, with a pop, teleports forward to the location that you received the potion.
Oh, a returning potion. I grab another one.
Wow, Tammy says, big-eyed. Yeah. Drink another.
This time I take another step forward. And I drink this one standing up. 45.
So this one has a very, very lackadaisical swirl of lavender in the mix. And
So it's kind of
as you
stubborn.
drink it,
It sticks in the same spot. Is that what you're saying?
no, it swirls, but it's very, very like slow. And as you drink it, this like wave of laziness washes over you, and you lose the ability to walk, but you begin levitating off the ground, and you can float around at a speed of 10 feet per turn.
Ooh. So I just kind of
You can levitate up to 10 feet off the ground, yeah.
lounge about. Go over this way.
At this point, the commoners that were gathered in the town are kind of turned and just looking at you, watching.
Go a little higher. Come back down.
Tammy's sitting there looking at you like, wow, dude.
I think 2 is enough. Off I go. Still laying down.
Yeah, you just lazily float. So you currently have 4 undrinking potions. Undrinking, doesn't matter.
Oh, so they're. She gave me the box. I guess I kind of put them away. I was like envisioning that I had laid them on the ground to drink them. But I guess that doesn't really matter too much. If I'd laid them down, I'd get them later. But
So
I
John
go closer
comes
to a villager.
John comes turning around the corner, walking up, seeing you. Oh, good morning, Amos. Good morning.
I'm gonna raise my eyebrows at him. How come there wasn't anyone on guard?
We had a busy morning. We had things we needed to attend to. So,
Well, if you're not too in much of a rush, there is a private matter I'd like to talk to you about.
yes. What is that?
Is there somewhere where we can speak without any prying ears?
We could go to my house if you'd like.
That would do splendidly.
And you guys begin making your way off. He kind of looks down into the market as you see. You say you were going towards the villagers, Boogie, like ambling towards the villagers.
Yeah, I wanted to generally just kind of go towards the nearest person. Yeah, there's some right there. Cool. I wave at them.
They look at you kind of odd and raise their hand and wave. And the girl kind of laughs, covering her face and her, like lifting up her dress and laughing into it. Not like bashfully or like flirtatiously, just she thinks it's funny.
It is funny. I chuckle a bit too, sympathetically. And
You guys get into John's house, walking in. The hearth still going a little bit from this morning. What is it? You've got me worried. What's going on?
Oh, it's nothing. It's nothing to be concerned about, but rather morbid matter that needs to be talked about away, behind closed doors. You'll understand what I mean here in a moment. Um, so the trial is today, yes,
Yes.
and I think I think there's a strong chance that it's going to rule a certain way, don't you think?
And which way might that be?
But there are a lot of people in this town that might want to see Robert hung.
Yes. I suppose you're right.
Well, if that is does become the case, I have something to propose to you. Um, we are in need of a body.
He raises his eyebrow. Pardon?
Yes, you see, um, one of our companions, one of my companions, is not currently inhabiting his own body. He sort of lost his a long time ago when he was just a teenager, you know. And well, his current body is that he's in is no longer, shall we say, good. Um, and if Robert is to be put to death,
You stop right there, young man. Are you suggesting necromancy in my home?
no, it doesn't have to be in your home at all.
That's not what I meant!
Kind of curiously look at him. What did you mean?
You're asking me to consider necromancy, and you're doing so in the walls of my own home!
Hmm.
Why would you suggest such an evil act?
Because the soul. How do I say this? What if, let's say, what if we had taken such a course of action because um, the because Mistra asked for it?
Roll a persuasion roll.
5. This is gonna not go well. +2, 7.
You're using a dead god to justify manipulating the dead.
But it's saving someone who's very important and wholly not evil and very good.
He looks down
If
for a second, and he looks at his cup and shakes it, and you watch it fill with ale, and he takes a big old swig.
if Robert's life should be forfeit, and you have the opportunity to save a loved one, does that not sound like a tempting arrangement?
He finished drinks in his mug. Son, I like you, so I won't tell anyone we had this conversation. And you Make sure that Amanda doesn't find out how you feel about this. Those are vile, evil words you're speaking, son. No, I won't partake. No good would justify that evil.
Kind of defeated and kind of taken aback, Emus is gonna kind of slightly bow, as you wish, John.
And he sits down and stares off into the fire, just frustrated. He
Well,
looks over.
go ahead.
Well, what is it? Say something or go.
Oh, I guess I'll just go back to watching over the Milligans.
He looks down. Wait, no. I'll watch the Milligans. If you're going to send a witness at his trial, be there at noon. We'll be ringing the bell in the market about half hour before we start.
All right, very well.
And he makes his way back to the prison. You come out and you see Boogie just floating there. Hanging out, floating lazily, looking pretty bored. Like overly relaxed.
Mystery potions!
I'm gonna kind of glance over at the gaggle of commoners here and say, with a bit of a quirky little grin, I can fly too.
He looks over at you and looks you up and down, sees your kind of nice gear. Oh, I bet you can too. Well, nice to meet you. My name's Baldric, and if you find yourself wanting to spend any of that coin you've got, find your way over to our side of town. We got the finest, well, only and finest bakery in town.
The finest bakery in town, you say?
Yeah, kind of by default, but yeah.
All right, well, I'll keep that in mind. Thank you, and have a good day, sir.
So, you don't be wanting any bread now, then?
No need at the moment. No, thank you. I bet I kind of turn to Boogie and call up. Having a nice little float up there, are we?
Yeah, this is way easier than walking.
Clamsy, what would you be doing? Would you be heading back after? Are you done checking out that area?
Yeah, I would have checked it out real quick and just kind of jogged back to the
You
area.
saw the woodworking area, right?
Was that where he was standing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So you are coming into the marketplace as this is happening. Kind of gaggle. You got three men and a female standing down here, and kind of gaggle fuck going on. Off in the corner, Marble is manning his stand at the moment. What are you guys doing?
Excuse me 1 second.
Clamsy.
I was gonna say, seeing Clamsy walk over, I'm gonna kind of call out to her. Look what he's gone and done. He's got himself high.
You hear one of the men laugh. Oh, I got that one. And his friends kind of look over and shake their head.
Any idea how long this one lasts? I call
Tammy.
out from like 10 feet high.
Tammy looks up. She shrugs. I don't know. It depends like how much you weigh and
Oh,
probably like an hour.
Oh, wow. I look around for something about 100 pounds, maybe 150.
Oh, Clamsy.
Yeah, that'd be personally at this point would probably be your best bet. Looking around, unless like you're talking like this basket full of river fish.
Okay. Yeah, that'll work.
Okay, so you slowly.
Yeah. Hover over to it and pick it up. Like I just kind of reach out, grab it, and then hover myself upward a little bit to have it still being off the ground and, me off the ground also.
So as you lift it up, it begins putting pressure on you, and you kind of fall to the ground, and you don't feel like your muscles just don't really want to. Like it feels way heavier than it should be, and you just feel so lethargic.
Okay, so both I feel lethargic and also that extra weight was kind of too much for the.
Yeah, it was like a real struggle. It'd be like a real hard struggle, like pulling it up, and then if it gets on top of you, it would push you down, weighing you down to the ground, and you'd just kind of be laying there. Still like a force pushing you up and levitating you, but the weight counteracting you, so you don't feel the full weight of like it doesn't feel like it's crushing you, but it definitely feels like it's keeping you from floating. And like if you were to go to like push it, it's just your muscles are so numbed out and just chilled, relaxed.
Okay, I'll put it back where it was.
So you kind of like roll it off of you, mustering every little bit of strength that you can over this kind of minute basket. You walk over, Calamacy. Tammy goes, "You want to try one?"
Oh, I don't know if I want to try one right now. I was actually kind of wanting to see that potion book recipe, see if I could help translate some of them.
Oh, I don't. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think you probably speak it. What languages do you speak?
An amount. Hold on.
Do you speak Snurfleflin at all?
Not even a little bit.
She leans
Okay.
in and whispers, "It's native for deep gnome."
Cool. I don't. Looks like I need to learn more languages.
You've
Yeah.
practiced a few undercommon words, but
Do you speak anything other than common?
Me, yes. Common, Elvish, Draconic, or Goblin.
Her mouth opens. And you need to learn more?
Well, obviously, if I can't help you translate.
Oh, wow, that's a high standard. See, I'm turning. Start sorting through some of the ingredients and stuff she got.
I would just loud whisper, I like to eavesdrop as much as possible.
You hear a little. Bye,
Nico,
Cal. Yeah.
do you have a spell to speak with objects?
One second. I'm looking.
Okay, maybe we could come back to that. Also, I guess I could have DM'd you that question before we started. Whatever.
He looks at you and raises an eyebrow. No, actually. It's probably one of the few spells I don't. Though, if you give me some time to think, maybe it's something Abraham knew and was aware of.
Calamacy, Nico, can we go talk? Tammy, do you mind if Calamacy, Nico, and myself borrow the? Sorry, let me start that over again. Tammy, do you mind if Calamacy and I borrow Nico for a second?
She turns around and shakes her head rapidly. No, not at all.
Poor girl. Calamacy, Nico, do you mind having a little sidebar with me real quick?
I'll help you think of the spell,
Sure.
Nico. Go on. And I use my, what's it called? My memory amulet in order to start remembering spells from the book. I start with first and go up to third level spells.
Okay. So after a bit of time, the spell does appear before you, with all the information, the incantations, the symbols, the components, everything verbal, somatic material.
Nice.
As you're sitting there, remember when you come back to, Emus has everyone but you for some reason away. It's just you and Tammy standing over there.
Well, mostly because
Nico.
he's just floating around causing a scene, and I don't want to draw attention right now.
I got it. Oh, hey, everybody left.
You hear a little bit of shuffling behind you.
Who, I do? Or Cookie does?
Oh, hi, hey, good morning. Hey, my name's Penny. Welcome. Sorry, just getting the bakery set up, the shop set up for today. Could I ask you all in any pastries or puff cakes, anything of the sort?
I guess I wouldn't mind a puff cake if you have one, kind of not realizing she was there to begin with.
You have something with cheese in it.
Yeah, well, kind of like a sweet cheese, really, but yeah.
Ooh, sweets and cheese.
It's gonna hobble her kind of bigger form in there. Starts rumbling through. There's pies and pastries and all sorts of things in here.
While
And you
she's
can-
distracted with that, with Clamacy, I'm going to lean over and whisper to Nico, I have an idea of how to help you.
He slowly blinks at you. Yeah.
But we must have this conversation outside of ears, because it's not a pleasant one.
If you're gonna suggest what I think you're suggesting, the answer is no, Emus. It
mean, Clam?
absolutely has to be willing. Coming out with these now like powdered sugar covered delicious little pastries and everything. She comes out, they're cream filled, they're delightful. She has a lovely little bakery. The smell of the bread kind of wafting as she comes out with all this stuff, layered up in this wickered basket with these like warm cloths on them. Hey, here you go, free of charge. I appreciate. You guys really helped the town, and yeah, I'm excited for later. And she covers her mouth. What? They're just on the house then, is all I meant.
Well, thank you.
Oh, thank you.
Maybe we should go talk out in front of the town. I'm gonna go head for the gate.
As you guys start walking out, you guys see like a dwarf hovering over the counter, squinting his eyes in your guys' direction. Hi, is that you guys with the babies?
Oh no, we don't have any baby here.
No, I thought. Oh, and he rubs his eyes. I thought you also were the ones with the babies.
Oh,
He
nope,
nuzzles
not
back down
us.
under the counter. Starts scratching his head.
Poor guy. Also, poor baby, but yeah.
Fuck goblins, bruh. I'm team fuck goblins.
I look around. I want to obviously look around, make sure it's just the three of us that can hear this conversation.
Yeah, go ahead and make a perception check.
19 plus 7 for 26.
So As you're sitting there looking around, seems like the surrounding nature is a little bit more of life today, a little bit louder. The birds and the trees are singing louder. Um, Everything seems pretty good. It doesn't seem like there's any eavesdropping ears. You do notice the two mules and a horse, or two mules and a horse are gone, or two donkeys and a horse, sorry, and just these goblins here. You don't pick up on anyone eavesdropping on your conversation.
And then, as after I confirm that, I'm going to turn to Nico. But he could be willing. Listen,
Who could be willing?
Robert.
Why would he be willing? Willing for what?
Nico turns and rolls his eyes and goes, "He's gonna try to get Robert to transfer my soul."
Oh. Don't you think that would really fuck up the Milliken boys? Like just seeing their dad alive and no longer loving them?
Yes, it would, but it doesn't have to.
How so?
If somehow we can smuggle him out of town after the trial, of course, if it is determined that he is to be executed, then what if we, I don't know, come up with a way to spring him from the town and pin it on his wife, make it look like his wife sprang him,
What
and
happens when
then,
she shows back up and says she didn't? And that she's looking for her husband?
well, she shows up in the middle of town. I don't think one day, I don't think she's going to get a very warm welcome. Why would you want to show her face around here in the daylight? She's supposed to be locked up at the moment.
I thought she was free to go and it was just the boys on trial and she was just staying with them.
Hold on, as this is happening, Boogie, are you like slowly floating your way towards them? Like just slowly floating your way out into what do you do?
No, let me think. So I guess maybe there was kind of an awkward silence after I was like, aha, I got it. And then nobody was around. It was just like, huh. And then yeah, after a little bit it'd be like, yeah, let me go follow those guys. So yeah, sure.
All right, continue talking. You guys see every 6 seconds just slowly getting there. No, you're not there yet, man. You're going slow. You're 10 feet.
Oh, okay.
10 feet for 6 seconds.
Yeah, how fast is
Um,
that?
I feel like we could find like a follower of Mistra in like Shadowdale. There's got to be a temple or something there that we could find a devout follower of Mistra and not have to. Though a valid plan. I think it would be better for everybody involved if it wasn't Robert Milligan.
Hey guys.
Nico's just been watching you this whole time, coming closer, and he smiles. Hey, buddy.
Yeah, but
First time you
listen,
smile, by the way.
but listen. Let's say he gets convicted, right? And we can use the Hound disguise on him and just walk him out of town where we can meet Nico in the woods. And then I think we could persuade him to be willing if um by convincing him that his boys will now go on thinking that he ran free or might still be out there, or they don't have to watch him hang, essentially.
Hmm. He is an honorable guy, but also pretty strong-willed. I don't know if he'd be willing to join our cause.
Well, he'd be keeping to his word. He'd be following what is decided at the trial.
Is this a puddle or a little pocket of deep water?
You want to go stick your hand in it?
No, I wanted to use shape water to change the opacity.
To change the what?
It says you change the water's color or opacity. OPACITY.
That's in order to make it transparent or the opposite,
Yeah.
opaque.
Okay.
Or somewhere in
So,
between.
as you go to shape water, are you making it clearer or thicker?
Clearer. I just wanted to see how deep it was. And it was
So-
while we were having this conversation, just kind of fiddling with my new stuff.
So as you and the water becomes translucent, it's about like a 2 foot deep puddle.
I was also curious if anybody was down there listening to us, so that's good.
When it does turn transparent, you see this little lizard at the bottom of the water look up and just kind of.
Well, all right. It was an idea. All right. If none of you were willing, it sounds like I'm being voted out on this one. So it was just a
So-
thought.
I would defer to Nico's judgment.
Yes.
I think he's got the best hold of how much fight there is with the soul or something. I don't know, magic something.
Also, it's his body. We want him to be happy this time. We want you to be happy, Nico.
Boogie, as you look over to Nico as you're floating in your position, you see a glimpse of red in the distance down here, coming around the corner. Some blondish hair on a horse turning the corner, eyes widening, seeing you rearing the horse back, turning around and
Guys, stop her.
I kind of look over. What do you want me to do? Shoot an arrow at her?
I don't know. And I lower my hand like the finger. Nico, you got anything?
he waves his hand in front of your face. Are you seeing stuff because of the potion? Looking back towards that direction.
Oh,
I heard a horse.
Yeah?
Man, I don't really care.
Yeah. No worries then.
All right. Well, I suppose that settled it then, Nico. I'm just trying to help
No, I
you.
care about that. He raises a finger at you.
I'm
I
sorry.
don't want to coerce anyone into being willing. I want someone to be willing. And even then, I'm having a hard time coming to grasp with this concept. If it were up to me, we would. I don't know, man.
Just let you die?
He shrugs. I've already been dead once.
And I went through a lot to bring you back.
Guys, you don't know what it's like being in Abraham's body.
And
We
we're
don't
trying
want
to.
you in Abraham's body.
So I always assumed that being dead would be worse. But you seem kind of used to it.
It was, felt like a lifetime.
I kind of breathe through my teeth. Yeesh.
Well, on a topic two, I'd like to bring up. I met a rather nefarious-looking rat running about town. No,
A weird
no
looking
reaction.
rat?
Well, not just weird-looking, but a very talkative one that claims to know where Robert's wife was and offered to give me that information if I gave up this, and I'm going to hold up this small little black coin.
How did I know you had that? Do you take it out a lot?
Nope, sure don't. So that's a great question. And the second part of it is I found out where it lives, and it lives in a house here in town. And it doesn't seem to always take the form of a rat.
Oh.
This is a ton of information.
I camped it out last night when I discovered the thing, purely by accident.
First of all, good work. Second, shoot. Like in real life, I'm trying to figure out like something about the rat was talkative. I guess that would be normal. The rat knew about it. That also wasn't my question. What else did you say? Real quick, please.
It said that it knew where Robert's wife was, and you give me that information.
Oh, yeah. Secondly, I think Robert's wife just turned around down the path over there. I point off to the north.
Well, if she's on horseback, we won't be able to catch her anyway. But have any of you seen a coin like this before? Nico, do you have any idea what this might be?
It's
Can I
solid
roll
black,
a
by the
history
way.
to see?
I said that to Nico looking at it.
I didn't hear what you said, Boogie. What'd you say?
I said to Nico while looking at the coin, it's solid black, by the way.
It's gonna look over at it. Closes his eyes. Yeah, I think I do.
Picked it up one of the goblins that we slayed down in the mines.
I'm gonna change this puddle to be purple.
Once you do it, I'm just gonna freaking bust out laughing.
It's kind of interesting. It looks like that, though, even though that's not what it is.
What do you mean? What is it?
Well, it's a shadow coin, but the etchings on it are designed to make it look like a soul coin.
Who uses these types of coins?
The soul coins or the shadow coins?
Both, I guess.
Sorry,
Yeah, I
these
wanna
are actually
hear.
called shadow tokens. The breakable shadow tokens are actually dispersed by warlocks and dark wizards who command more simple forces like goblins or kobolds that get under their control, imbued with certain magics from the Shadowfell.
And are they used as like trade or like a type of currency?
Yes, but if you break them, you can actually activate the magic within.
Is there any way to tell what magic this contains?
You just sell the token.
What do you mean just sell the token?
The tokens are available on. They trade them in the black market. They trade them among goblins and monsters.
No. I asked, is there a way to tell what spells contain inside when broken?
Oh. Detect magic might give you a hint, or maybe identify. I could try identifying it.
If you don't mind, I'd appreciate it. I want to know if this thing is actually valuable or not. Or I might be carrying around another dangerous object close to me.
Oh, sure. 1 second, and he reaches out. Give me about 10 minutes. And he steps aside and closes his eyes and starts muttering words and tracing sigils in the air that form these magical wards.
And last but not least, has anyone seen Bezoit this morning?
No. I figured she's just worn out and wanted a nap.
What about
No,
Agatha?
me neither.
You guys have
No.
not seen Agatha.
All right,
do
then.
you guys know where Agatha slept? I assume that Bezoit was sleeping inside of the first room. In the end.
No, I'm not sure.
All right, then. Well, that's
think
all I
into the
wanted.
hood. Agatha?
There's no response.
Bazoit?
No response.
Oh. Well, I said "oh" out loud to the two of them. So Agatha and Bazoit are not responding to the cloak.
Well, I mean, Bazoit wouldn't respond if she was sleeping, would she?
So Bazoit is sleeping? How? You don't know where she is, do you?
I'm gonna kind of shrug. Well, I kind of agree with Calamithy. I just thought she'd be sleeping in.
Yeah, maybe.
Well, I'm gonna go read a book until the trial starts. That's all I wanted to talk about.
Oh yeah, I need a new
It's
book.
just leaving Nico just sitting there.
Well, okay, I'll wait for him to finish.
And about another 8 minutes pass as you sit there patiently waiting, and he looks over. Sorry about that. Yeah. It's a token of shadow step.
Interesting. Are warlocks known to shapeshift?
Warlocks can change their appearance, yeah? Some can shapeshift. Why?
At him asking that, I would mold into my crow and turn into the crow.
You
Wow.
watch as her form sucks into the crow on her shoulder. Just this raven flying in space.
Okay. Well, I guess that answers my question.
And then I would pop back.
So there might be a warlock here in town. Maybe we should, I don't know if anyone's interested in talking to it, and there's that.
Can't druids also shapeshift?
Yes. But I wouldn't think one would want to be living in town.
Now I don't remember you. Did you make it sound like the rat was nefarious at all, or
Yes.
was it? Okay.
Well, just keep an eye out for it in case, it tries anything silly during the trial.
Do you guys want to go try to wake Bazoid up or what?
Yeah, I was going to head over that way, but like everybody's gonna pass me up with just a walk.
Yeah, Nemus is gonna turn and head back in town. He's gonna find a spot to sit down and read.
Little help, Nico.
If I had my rope tied around his ankle, could I just kind of like tug him along like a heavy balloon?
Yes, you could.
I'd probably do that.
So you just have this little boogie balloon walking by.
Yeah, I just freaking. Oh, this is a great time.
Emus, what book are you reading?
I am going to be whipping out my book on training wolves.
Whoops.
One sec. I have 3-6. Oh no, I've finished reading that one. Never mind. So I'm gonna pull out my book.
Okay.
I'm gonna pull out the book on riding horses.
I'm just gonna shift click to. I'm gonna figure out where the door is for this room. There it is.
Were you not? Is no one interested in that property for sale? It's quite a bit of land for 6,000 gold.
I don't think any of us plan on staying here long enough to utilize it.
Okay.
I really have my eyes set on that dragon property after we slay them. White
that
dragons. I don't even know what it looks like, but
Oh yeah, the white dragon.
I don't have to pay for that one except for with my blood and sweat.
Yeah, that sounds like a great deal.
Good job, dude. So with Boogie in tow, we'd get to outside Bazoit's room and start knocking on the door, see if it's unlocked, wiggle the handle.
You see Mr. Krevnar peeping his head down the hall as you do. There's no
I'm
answer.
still giggling to myself this entire time. Like, This is so stupid.
So which side of the hall is he looking at me from? The west side?
Yeah, he's peeping his head around the corner, just looking like just
So
his eyeballs sticking out around the corner.
I'd pull
Yeah.
Boogie so he's kind of blocking the view of the door. Not like suspiciously, but just trying to like I'm tugging
Okay.
him closer. And
Well, figuring out what she's doing, I go ahead and right myself to block vision.
and I'm gonna start trying to lockpick.
Okay, make a sleight of hand check for me, please.
Nice. $27.
The door opens and creaks. As it does so, you see Bezoid's body levitating just inches up off the bed, floating, her eyes open, this platinum blue light emitting from them, kind of casting a glow on the ceiling.
If she's walking in the room, I like tap her shoulder and kind of take the rope from her.
I would just have it untie from you and bring it back.
Okay.
You guys
I'm
watch
still-
as a force hits her in her hand. You can actually see her laying down with her mace in her hand. This force hits against it, and you watch as it begins to crack the mace head, and then her body falls heavily to the bed, and she gasps, shooting up. Her eyes normal again, taking heavy breaths, just looking off right at Calamacy. And this is where we're going to pause and wait for Mom to get back.
Cool.